Alright, I have a 2001 Toyota Echo here. I started noticing a really loud noise whenever I turned the AC on, even at the lowest level. So, wondering if something was broken on the AC motor, fan motor, and decided to take it apart and check out what was happening. So I removed the glove box here, which is just a simple pull out. If anyone's ever replaced their cabin filter, you know how to remove the glove box on this guy. Pulled the computer unit out here, which I showed how to do in my previous video. It's just these two screws here and then this one little metal clip here that clips into this spot. Pulled that down and then proceeded to get the motor out. In order to get the motor out, I just had to, it has these 3 screws here. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. This is it. It just has these 3 guys here holding it in place. And then this little plastic guy here was also holding it in place. I got up under there, found the 2 screws holding it in place, and just pulled the motor down, and we're gonna see if it's broken or see what's wrong with it. So I just pulled this down, and looky there. I believe I've discovered the cause of all my noise. There is a pine straw and an acorn and a half in there. So I'm going to remove that debris, plug all this back in and see how it sounds. I should have taken video of it before I took it out, but it was just a really loud rattling noise. I thought the whole dashboard was just about to explode on me. So really loud rattling noise from the dash. We're going to take this out, install everything, and then see how it sounds. After some further investigation, after cleaning out these acorns, I noticed here that the my mom calls this a squirrel cage. I don't know if that's what everyone else calls it, but this is not actually attached to the motor like it should be. This central piece here has one flat side that's supposed to catch here, and as you can see, this is all rounded out, probably thanks to the debris that was in there. So running a test here before installing anything, and we see that it is not, it spins, but it is definitely not acting like, it's not a smooth spin. It's clearly not connected like it's supposed to be. This is sliding right off. It's kind of just falling off because that's all rounded out. So we are going to need a new one of these. And the way the motor sounds, I'm thinking we need a new motor too. Only looking about $40 to replace this this whole unit here. And then we should have a smoother running, better functioning, quieter motor, quieter AC. So I've gone ahead and ordered that. So let's test out the new unit. Alright, so first you want to make sure that the new unit looks the same. Look how rough that looks right there. That was definitely wiggling around in there and getting beaten up. So no wonder it was so loud. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that we got the same kind. There are 2 different kinds for this car. There's one that's like a dual stack. That's for a different kind of intake than what I have here. Mine's a more basic one. Also a little easier to uninstall and reinstall as well. So thankful for that. Alright, so we got 2 here. New one looks like the old one. It's the same size. And so you just saw how that one ran. Let's plug this up and see how it runs. So just going to move this old one out of the way here. And just plugs in right here to the plug, and then this is what plugs into the resistor once we have it all reinstalled. Okay, so we have this new one plugged in here, and let's check it out. I don't have the resistor plugged in right now, so it's not going to work on the lower settings unless I plug that in. Well, let's go ahead and plug that in so we can get a full feel for it. So that's this part right here, and if you saw my last video how we changed that out, it's just going to plug in right up here. Alright, so now we can check it on all the settings, make sure it works at the lowest. Oh, look how smooth that is. So there's the lowest setting. Second, third, fourth. Very nice. Smooth run, very quiet. All right. Fantastic. So we're just going to reinstall that. remove the key here for safety. Okay, so this guy just plugs right back in up here. See if you can get a good view of that. Right back into this hole. I also changed the cabin filter while I was at it. So there's a brand new cabin filter. Got a good view of that, and that'll help keep the debris from falling down into the fan too, as well as filtering out the air that comes into your cabin. So we're just going to pop this right back up in there. It has 3 screws, and we'll line those up. I'm going to put the phone down for a minute to get those lined up correctly, but those 3 screws just to put that one back in place, and we'll put it all back together. Okay, so we've got that screwed back into place. 1, 2, 3 screws there, and we plugged it in here, and we plugged it in there, and all I need to do here is this white plastic piece that I took down. You see the 2 screw holes right there. This just fits right back up into that place. I'm going to place those 2 screws in to get that back where it goes, and then put the unit here back into place, and then we'll turn everything on and try it out. One moment. I will mention 2 things here for ease of access. First, it might be helpful to actually wait and plug this part in after you've tested it, to unplug it again, just for ease of accessibility to get to this spot, to put this piece back in. The second thing I'll mention is that the clearance area for your hand for that far right side piece is pretty small. So small hands definitely help. Some videos I've seen have recommended removing the passenger seat to do this. I'm pretty small. I haven't needed to remove the passenger seat. I can get in here with it in place. It was just an extra thing to do for me, but you may find it easier to do that, just to be able to get under here. But also small hands and small tools really help to get into these tight spots. Okay, so plastic piece back in place. Wire plug back into the resistor here. Now we just need to set the computer unit here back up into place. Like I showed on my last video, this little black tab here goes into that hole in the white plastic piece back there. So this all just slides in to place here. Once you get it up here, this metal tab, oh, we did it one-handed, look at that. That metal tab goes right there, that holds it in place. And then you have 2 screws here, 1 and 2. So we'll screw that back in place, put the glove box back in, and test it out. All right, final test. Glove box back in place. Close that up, and let's go ahead and do it with the AC. I don't think it has ever run quite that quietly or smooth in the whole time that I've had the car, so fantastic. The fix worked, got nice cold air coming out, even at the lower levels, so yeah, we're good to go. Thanks for watching.